If you use any kind of coding agent in your day-to-day development work, you'll know that it can be a bit of a hit or a miss. It can be all over the place. Laravel has recently come out with a package called Boost, and this is it accelerates AI-assisted development by providing essential context and structure that AI needs to generate Laravel code. And essentially what this means is it will give a bunch of guidelines to the AI and a bunch of tools to the AI agent to be able to use, to be able to make better decisions about what to do when it's writing Laravel code. So we're going to come across here and install it via Composer into our application. And once this is done, we can come along and run PHP Artisan Boost install. When we do this, it's going to give us a bunch of questions about what kind of things we want. In this case, we want the MCP server and the AI guidelines, and we can also install the Herd MCP server if we're using Herd locally. And then we hit enter, and it's going to ask us what code editors do we use to work on Laravel. In this case, I'm just using VS Code right now. But if you're using PHP Storm or Cursor or Claude or anything else, you can select those as needed. Which AI agents need AI guidelines for Laravel? Again, I'm just using Copilot for now, so I'm going to select that one, but select what you need. And I hit that, and it's going to run and create a guidelines file with guidelines for all of these things. And these are packages and tools that we have built into our Laravel application. So it's detected that we've got Pest installed and Pest v4 at that. It's detected that we've got Laravel 12 and Livewire 3, and we've got a test directory and we need some things in there. So let's take a look at what exactly it's generated. Because I've selected Copilot, it's generated this Copilot instructions.md file, and it is a pretty long file, but it's a list of guidelines for all of those different tools that we just saw, and it tells AI every time you try to do something, hey, please use these as guidelines for how you go about doing things. So for example, if I ask it to write a test for me, it's going to come through this file and see, all tests must be written using Pest. Use this command to make the test file. That's so nice and easy. And it means that it's not going to go and create a file itself and maybe get the wrong namespace or get it in the wrong place or anything. It's going to use this command to do it. And it's knowing to use Pest and not write a PHP unit test. It's that kind of thing. And when you have hundreds and hundreds of rules like that, it adds up pretty quickly to being a much better experience. Now, that's a single really useful thing. But if we come and we run Boost install again, it's going to go and ask us all of these questions. What happens if there's an update to Boost that gives some new instructions? And we don't want to have to go through and check all of this again. Well, we can run boost install -- silent, and that's going to not ask any questions. It's just going to figure out what we've already got. So in this case, it's detected, hey, you've got a Copilot instructions.md file. Let's just regenerate that Copilot instructions file. And that's really, really helpful because we can come along to, let's say, this post update command, which is going to run every time that we've run Composer update. After that, we can just make sure to always run PHP Artisan boost install -- silent, and it's going to automatically update for us. So if we go and we require a new package and that happens to have boost guidelines, or if we update our application from, let's say, Laravel 11 to Laravel 12, this command is automatically going to run and check your dependencies and pull in the latest updates, which is really, really helpful. But we don't have to stop there. We can go a step further because the way Boost works is instead of setting up, a Copilot instructions and then a Claude.md and a Junior instructions file and all these other things, it can generate them for you. But if you want to add your own custom guidelines, you can do that in a .ai directory. So we can do .ai/guidelines/ I'm going to say context.blades.php. And these files are set up with Blade. So I'm just going to take a little example here. Application context. And this is essentially a markdown file, but you can add your own things in here. So I can say this application is a starter kit for Laravel. Actually, I just realized that I've built a little thing here as well. So Starter Kit is a Laravel starter kit with a handful of pre-configured features and tools to help build applications. Now, that's obviously not going to be included in here immediately. If I search for Starter Kit, it won't be in there. But if I go and run boost install silent, you'll now see that it's included this .ai/context in here. And now if I come in and I search for Starter Kit, it's going to be included right here, where I can see exactly what I put, and that's going to be added to the guidelines file. So by including any extra context I want to in this one space, that can easily go forward and be configured for Copilot and Claude and Junie and every other agent that has its own custom file. So really great way to be able to let anyone that's used their own tools. One person in a project might use Copilot, someone else might use Junie, someone else might use Claude Code. You can have consistent guidelines across all of them.